Coliseum, the Oakland A's get their first look at the Orioles, and they get Coco Crisp back. Coco's going to bat second tonight, and he's going to play left field, and the A's will send the right-hander Jesse Chavez to the mound. He will be looking for his 6th win of the year. First of a 3-game series at the Coliseum. It's the Orioles and the Athletics coming up on Comcast Sportsnet California. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball, along with Ray Fosse. I'm Glenn Kuiper. A's are thrilled to get Coco Crisp back, and Ray, it should be fun seeing Burns and Coco Crisp at the top of the order. They could do some damage getting on base.
A lot of speed, and that's great to see as well. And you know, beginning of the season, Coco Crisp is going to be in left field, so with him coming back, that is where he's going to be playing. But all the things he has done since he's been a member of the Athletics, stealing bases, coming up with big hits, and playing defense, really, and doing a great job in all aspects of the game. But I think what the A's want to see now is for him to stay healthy the last 2 months of the season and see him be able to do some of the things he has done prior to coming back really in 2015. So a different Coco Crisp, even the hair color, but he is back, and I think everybody's happy about that.
Well, for the Orioles, Manny Machado played in just 82 games last year. He was banged up, but he's healthy this year, and he's having a terrific season, and it's amazing, Ray. He's only 23 years old.
And by the way, he's hit 23 home runs in the leadoff spot for Buck Showalter and the Orioles. Gold Glove third baseman, he can do it all. The problems he had with the knees, those are healed. He has the power to use the whole field. He is a Gold Glove third baseman. He's stealing bases, and that tells you that his knees are okay. So a tremendous player, 5-tool really all the way around. His Gold Glove defense is tremendous. Can make all kinds of plays. So it'll be fun to watch him, these 3 and then 4 back in Baltimore. But I think the main thing about him, trying to keep him off the base, especially leading off.
Yeah, he's already played in a couple All-Star games. Now the Orioles will send rookie right-hander Tyler Wilson to the mound against Jesse Chavez. So there's your pitching matchup for Game 1 of this 3-game series on a beautiful night for baseball. We'll have lineups and first pitch when we come back.
SN California is brought to you by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
A's are ready, so are we. Lineup cards being exchanged at home plate as it's game one of the 3-game series. The A's and the Orioles. Our first time seeing the Baltimore Orioles. So A's with the green tops on tonight, white bottoms. And Coco Crisp is back in the lineup. That's great to see as he heads out to left field. Game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. Beautiful night. 70 degrees, a nice breeze. So Monday night at the Coliseum. So umpires are heading out to their positions. Jesse Chavez about to begin his warm-up tosses. And Manny Machado is ready to roll. He's going to lead things off for the Orioles. He'll be followed by the newest Oriole, Gerardo Parra, good left-handed hitter. Then Adam Jones, Chris Davis, Matt Wieters, J.J. Hardy, Jimmy Paredes, Jonathan Scope, and Caleb Joseph.
Jesse Chavez will be making the start. His first ever against the Orioles. Pitched out of the bullpen against Baltimore, but in the rotation as he makes the 19th start for the Athletics in his 23rd game. Of course, the first 4 out of the bullpen, but Jesse's been pitching well, coming off a start against the Dodgers, in which the Dodgers won the game. But the A's would like to at least win the first game of this series, try to get some run support for Jesse and see how they can do after the first game in which Jesse will be on the mound.
Defensively, Crisp, Burns, and Fold in the outfield. Lots of speed there. Laurie, Simeon, Sogard, and Davis on the infield. And Vogt is your catcher. So we're set to go as Manny Machado walks up. There's some of the shadows. It'll be right field, the sun field, for just a little bit, not long. Well, Machado digs in. Set for baseball. Jesse Chavez lost in a no decision in his last 2 starts. Interleague against the Giants and the Dodgers. As he kicks and deals, fastball on the outside corner for strike, and we're underway.
He's got to be happy not to have to worry about being taken out for a pinch hitter. Playing in an American League Park where if he pitches well, he can stay in the game.
That one is belted to center and hit well. Burns going back. He's near the wall, circles around it, and he's got it. So a well hit ball, but into the glove of Burns. So 1 out. Laz Diaz is calling balls and strikes. Alfonso Marquez, Dan Bellino, Chris Siegel. Marquez is your crew chief, and again, he's at first base. So Gerardo Parra steps up, just traded over from the Milwaukee Brewers. Longtime Arizona Diamondback. He's a good hitter.
I think he's going to be great for this ball club and add some offense.
Orioles sent a minor league pitcher by the name of Zach Davies, a right-hander, to Milwaukee. That one's looped towards center. Burns will not get this one, and it drops in for a single. So Parra with a bloop hit.
It's a throwback. You throw that one back. Off the end of the bat. Jesse made a pretty good pitch, but end of the bat, no chance for anybody to get to it. Just the sound of it knew the ball was going to land into center field. That's the sound. That's called lumber will not be used again.
Buck Showalter has his Orioles in a pennant race again. First pitch to Adam Jones is a bit outside.
Looks like September the expanded rosters down in the Orioles dugout. Huh?
Adam Jones, 285, 17 home runs and 50 RBIs. Orioles are 53 and 51 on the season. They're playing well lately. They've won 7 out of 9, and they're right in the thick of that American League wild card race. You see the Orioles just a half game back. The Blue Jays and the Twins played earlier today, and the Blue Jays won. So that is why the Blue Jays are now tied for that second wild card spot.
That big sinker down and in to Adam Jones. And that's a good pitch. Great down and in, just kept running, and Adam Jones talk about swinging hard and losing balance. He did, fell across the plate. And I don't think he was deking anybody. I think that was just a hard swing that he did lose his balance. Sometimes guys will swing at certain pitches looking for the same pitch again.
So 1-2 the count to Adam Jones. Parr with a pretty good lead. The pitch to Jones is lined in the left for a hit. Parr with a big turn. So back-to-back one-out singles for the Orioles. And now Chris Davis, powerful left-handed hitter, comes
Manny
up.
Machado hit the same pitch almost out of the park. And this one, a hanger, just off speed and went soft, and Adam Jones kept his bat back, and that's why he's a 300 hitter. Not necessarily right now, but he is playing very well and can hit a pitch like that when usually that's what happens when you go soft in a 2-strike count, where you throw it harder, as he did with the fastball down and in. He swung and missed, but slower type pitch, you can stay back and hit it like he did.
First pitch to Chris Davis is strike call. Davis 26 home runs and 72 RBI. So after a tough year last year, Davis back doing his thing this year. He's 4th in the league in RBIs. And he hits one high and deep to right center. Gone. Towering 3-run homer here in the first by Davis, and the Orioles lead 3-0. A no-doubter.
Well, you see the location. The first pitch was perfectly thrown. And then, of course, you might want to change and go inside. But when you go inside up, it's exactly where Stephen Vogt wanted it. And that's exactly what Chris Davis did with it. It's really surprising to me sometimes why you want to go inside to a power hitter who, you make a mistake, that can happen. And especially after the first pitch nailed the outside corner. I'd say let him hit out left field. But he pulled it, and it was a no doubt.
So here's Wieters. So 27th home run of the year for Chris Davis. Matt Wieters is the designated hitter, and that's what he's been doing lately. Remember, he came back from the Tommy John surgery, right? He had last year, and he's
right elbow. Yeah. And Buck Showalter said it's kind of an every other day. He can DH, play some first base, he can catch. He said when he catches, he's okay. It's the day after that affects him a little bit. And we have seen players, pitchers especially, that usually takes the second year after Tommy John.
Batting in the 6th position, shortstop.
Chris Davis, a powerful hitter, and he just showed it as Stephen Vogt wanted to elevate it, and he got under it, and he really doesn't miss too many. When he's with Texas, he missed a lot, but he has not missed many with Baltimore.
a free agent at the end of this year, so he's picked a good time to have a big season. This is J.J. Hardy, the shortstop. 7 home runs, 29 RBIs for Hardy. Hardy's missed time this year with an injury. This is just his 76th game. So 3-1 to count to the shortstop. He started the season on the disabled list with a left shoulder strain. And another hit. So that's 4 hits here in the first inning as Hardy has the 2-out single.
Three and one, count favorable for a hitter. Slight cutter, outside corner, not a bad pitch, but Hardy throughout his career has been a very big home run hitter, especially in the leadoff spot, but not so much now as he's hit 7 entering tonight's game. Still a good hitter.
So here's Paredes, who is playing right field. He's a switch hitter. First pitch is a strike. Paredes has bounced around quite a bit in his career. Houston, Kansas City, Baltimore. But really having a nice year this year. Maybe he's found a home.
Let's see if he finds a home in right field, someplace he has not played a lot, and remains to be seen in this park.
This is really his first full year in the big leagues. He's bounced around minor leagues to the big leagues for 4 years.
Stephen Vogt asking him Nias Diaz about that last pitch because it looked like it's down the middle. Stephen had to reach back to catch it, and a little conversation with the home plate umpire.
So the count remains 1-2. Seventh man to bat here in the first inning. Chris Davis with a 3-run homer. High down the left field line and foul. So 23 pitches here in the first inning so far for Jesse Chavez. That one right there, strike 3 call. So that's how the inning ends, but 3 runs, 4 hits, the 3-run homer the difference. So 3-0 Orioles after a half an inning. Lineup: Burns, Crisp, Vogt, Butler, Davis, Laurie, Fuld, Simeon, Sogard. So at the top, Burns and Coco.
Second major league start. Chris Tillman was the scheduled starter, but Tyler Wilson, with the injury to Tillman, should not keep him out that long. But Wilson gets the start tonight. The A's will be seeing a pitcher that really nobody's seen before. They know Chris Tillman, but not this young man, so they'll try to figure him out early in the game. A couple of different fastballs, 2 and 4 with a slider and changeup. Pitching out of the bullpen, but jumps in the starting rotation. What a way to start. 3-run lead before you take the mound, thanks to Chris Davis.
Bounced up the middle. Hardy quickly to first, and a nice play by J.J. Hardy on the first pitch Tyler Wilson throw. Quick look at the defense for the Orioles, and it's a good one. Parra, Jones, and Paredes on the outfield, and then infield Machado, Hardy, Scope, and Davis, with Caleb Joseph doing the catching. Nice hand for Coco Crisp as he's batting. Always a fan favorite. So Coco hitting out of the second spot. Rundown for Coco. He opened the season on the disabled list with the right elbow surgery. Came back, played in 13 games, really struggled. and then put back on the disabled list May 23. And he's got a base hit. And his first at bat back off the disabled list as he grounds one into right field.
That's a good start. And as long as he does not have to look at the numbers on the board, he can just look at this high fastball. And getting the high fastball, not taking perhaps a pitch that might have been out of the strike zone, but good pitch to swing at, good pitch to hit on top of it, and find the hole between first and second.
Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. So a 1-out hit, and here's Stephen Vogt.
Stevens hit a couple of balls exactly where the infielders are not playing. Right to the left at second base as we look out, and they are shading him 3 on the right side. I can only hope that if he does hit one, it would go right there. That's where he's been hitting them. There's nobody playing there. A couple of times have been double play 6-3. They must expect against Tyler Wilson that he's going to pull.
Well, Hardy is going to be the pivot man on any ground ball. If it's to him, he may take it himself.
Yeah,
exactly. Playing right near second base, J.J. Hardy, the shortstop. Oh, 1 to Vogt, hitting .262 with 14 home runs and 58 runs batted in. Good swing there by Vogt. Behind in the count 0-2. Vogt searching for a hit. He's 0 for his last 26.
It's not uncharted territory for him.
Unfortunately, it's not.
Because his career started at an 0 for before he got his first hit, which was a home run.
I guess you probably feel a little bit different, though, when you start your career 0 for, or you go to the All-Star game and then you go 0 for. Probably a little bit different. Butler to follow here in the bottom of the first.
Now that's got to be pleasing right there. You take a pitch that's close, it's called a ball, and that means you're comfortable with the strike zone. That pitch clearly down too low.
Well, go a little lean, not going, and ball's foul back. Foul ball alley. Place to be. Not a real big crowd tonight, so it's a good night for foul ball.
Yeah, Jane can comb the whole area. He just ran almost below us trying to grab it.
Wilson the look, the long look. Now he delivers to Vogt, who hits it toward Davis, who knocks it down on the backhand. Steps up, steps on the bag for the second out. So a fairly hard hit ball by Vogt, but Chris Davis, easy backhand actually.
And with the shift, you can see the second baseman was right behind Davis had he not caught it. So it looked like it was going to be an out regardless, but a nice play by Davis. He's already had a very good game. Only play, and of course when you're up 3 runs, you don't even think about a runner going to second base.
So runner at second, 2 outs for Butler. Down and in.
Well, he said he would make some changes, and this is one of them. And sliding head first, diving in, but he had some neck issues. And I guess the jarring, he just want to go feet first. Ricky could never do that. Ricky's always led head first because he tried a couple of times feet first, didn't work out.
Breaking ball and a good one. So 1-1 to Butler, 245 with 9 home runs, 47 RBI. Butler was 3 for 14 in that 4-game series against the Indians. Hits that one hard on the ground. Hardy on the backhand, straightens up, throws, and Davis digs it out, keeps his foot on the bag. and a nice play on both ends. So a hit and a runner left for the Athletics. We're on to the second. 3-0 Baltimore. Three to nothing lead. So top of the second, it'll be Jonathan Schoop, Caleb Joseph, and then Manny Machado. 8, 9, and 1. Broken bat, little flare. Sogard hustling out, and he got a glove on it. Pops out of his glove, and Schoop has a hit. Another broken bat single for the Orioles.
Well, Paredes started a 3-run inning, and now Schoop on this one. Another broken bat, and Sogard got him in the heel of the glove. That is a very difficult play to be going out, and then right there, watch the heel. Yeah, got him to the side, and then missed it with his hand. Didn't bang hard on the ground. Always have to worry about the right fielder coming in, too. You're trying to call it and hope you're not going to have a collision.
So here's the catcher, Caleb Joseph. First pitch. A ball and a close pitch. .245, 8 homers, 34 RBIs for Joseph. Meaning maybe more playing time than he thought, with Matt Wieters not being able to catch every day. Runner goes, ball right up the middle. Sogard backhand, steps on second, throws the first double play. So Sogard was going over there to cover. He was right there. He just backhanded it, stepped on the bag. So 4-3 on the double play.
Takes a base hit away from Joseph, but because Sogard was there right between the legs over the mound, Sogard, thank you. It's just like a throw coming from Jesse Chavez. The backhand, step on the bag, 4-3 double play. Nicely done. So 3 pitches, and after a base hit, 2 outs.
So top of the order in Machado. Machado hit a long fly ball to Burns in deep left center field to open up the game. The hot cold zone for Manny Machado. Red is good, blue is bad.
Tic-tac-toe. Get the 225 with the 190, you can cover the board.
The ball in. And that was in, and he took it first round. Way outside, so 2-2 the count.
amazing to be 23 and to have the career he's already had. And of course, the great Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson, I want to say about 16 Gold Gloves for third baseman and Gold Glove winner, All-Star. He has so many Rollins Gold Gloves, I don't know what he's going to do with it. What would you do with all? That's Brooks Robinson right there, and the human vacuum cleaner. And Rawlings did a lot of his gloves.
In the hole for Simeon, and a nice play by Marcus Simeon to retire the side. So the double play helps Jesse Chavez. We're going to the bottom of the second. It'll be Davis, Laurie, and Full. Both, you think? Ike Davis to lead it off, followed by Laurie and Fold against the rookie Tyler Wilson. Wilson, first pitch strike. Ike Davis hitting .235 with 3 home runs. Big spit outside.
The ball Ike Davis hit yesterday to left field, the warning track against Cleveland. He said he cannot hit the ball any better, and disappointed that it didn't carry better than it did. But I think yesterday the ball was not carrying very well, considering it was a day game. It was more humid than the previous 2 games. Chris Davis, didn't matter with him what kind of weather it was. When he hits them, I don't think anything's going to stop.
Now 3-1 to Davis.
I think the biggest thing for the A's, Jesse Chavez getting the Orioles out, and granted gave up a 3-run homer on the first inning, but give his ball club a chance to come back, and they are facing a pitcher they do not know anything about.
Strike, and now 3-2. Hero yesterday, Mark Canha. Didn't even start the game and ended up with the walk-off hit. And a good at-bat, and it's a walk for Ike Davis. What's going on in the American League West? Check it out. Astros are playing great. They got Carlos Gomez. Angels are really struggling. Rangers are making their move. Offense is clicking on all cylinders. Mariners trying to get back in it. When it's all said and done right now, the Houston Astros have a 4-game lead over the Angels in that division. And the Astros and the Rangers are playing right now, and it is a wild one. Laurie hits it hard right to Scope. Shovels to Hardy, back to first, not in time. So Davis is knocked off the bases. So Laurie aboard. But that game right now is the Astros at the Rangers. It's 12-7 in the seventh. So the battle for Texas. And it's interesting, Ray. The Astros have won 5 out of their last 6. The Angels have lost 6 in a row. So the Astros have gained 5 games in the standings in a week. And they went from being down 1 game to now having a 4-game lead. And it all happened within a week.
Look, the score right next to them, Angels 3 runs by the Indians early.
Yep, Indians, yep. So we'll keep an eye on those games. Mariners are playing an interleague game in Colorado. They're leading the Rockies 7-4 in the 6th inning.
They might hit a few home runs there.
You think? One and one to Sam Fuld, hitting in the 7th spot. The Rangers are 51-53, but in that wild card race, which has a whole bunch of teams, right now the Rangers are 2.5 games behind the second wild card. So I'm sure they're thinking they're in it, and they are. Shallow, Jones in, and Adam Jones grabs it for the second out.
There's some clubs that do not mind being a wild card because you get division leaders out in front and everybody wants to win the division, but you're just trying to get to that one game if that's all it is. Joe Waller's team won the division last year, lost to the Orioles, or the Royals. Of course, the Royals beat everybody until they met the Giants.
Yeah, disappointing finish to the season last year for the Orioles. They thought they had a shot. They won 96 games. They had the 2nd best record in the American League during the regular season. They swept the Tigers in the division series, and then, as Ray said, met the Royals and got swept. But Showalter, no, not too shabby. Glued to the top of the hat.
Maybe that's the person who's saying, "Hey Buck, can you sign your gnome?"
Runner goes, throw to second, got it. Well, it sure looked like he was safe with the naked eye. Dan Bellino called him out.
Wow, the throw definitely didn't beat him. The fact that the ball bounced, I bet he popped up the slide, pop-up slide. Wow, beat him anyway.
Pretty good play.
Yeah.
So that's how the inning ends. We're going to the 3rd. 3-0 Baltimore. Looking for the best coverage of Oakland A's baseball? We got it for you. Log on to csncalifornia.com as our A's insider Joe Stiglitz provides wire-to-wire reporting for this A's season. He's got breaking news, video, special features, and much, much more. Check out Joe at csncalifornia.com. Gerardo Parra, Adam Jones, and Ike Davis here in the third, the 2-3-4 hitters. Parra, broken bat single and scored on the Davis home run in the first inning.
That's a pitch Jesse Chavez against the lefties can nail the outside corner. And they're playing Parra to hit the ball left field as Coco Crisp is playing him straight up. But Jesse can throw some strikes, and go back to whenever he made his first start against the Angels. He tried to pitch inside to Cole Calhoun, and the ball did not break as much as he wanted, and Calhoun hit the 2-run home run, and Jesse lost that game as the A's. He gave it just one hit, the A's did, but happened to be the home run and after an error. But sometimes pitching inside has to be more purpose than push a guy back versus maybe trying to throw a strike.
Does that mean he's looming, Ray? Chris Davis?
Oh, he's looming.
I guess if you hit a 3-run homer in the first inning, you're looming.
Yeah.
So leadoff walk for Parra. Here's our forward right choice, Adam Jones. It all started with the Mariners' first-round pick back in 2003. And traded to the Orioles for the Eric Bedard. He was part of that huge trade. And he's won a Gold Glove 4 times. He's been an All-Star 5 times, and he's in the top 8 all-time on Orioles home run list. He really is one of the better all-around players in the American League. Adam Jones. Eric Bedard. That was not a good trade for the Seattle Mariners. At the time, Bedard, pretty good starting pitcher, had some trouble staying healthy, but when he was healthy, he was pretty good for the Orioles. And
how about Heathcliff Slocum or Jason Verton?
That's right. That wasn't a good one either. Orioles also got Chris Tillman in that trade, and Tillman is a very good starting pitcher. So that's a trade win for the Orioles. And that one's belted to right center. That's it well. Burns on the move near the wall, and it's off the wall. And Parra read it well. He's being waved home, and he will score without a throw, and it's 4-0 Baltimore. Gerardo Parra knew almost off the crack of the bat nobody was going to get it, and he was off and running.
Well, if you're a runner at first base, you can see where they're positioning Jones over at left center. Burns a long way to go, and the ball just kept slicing. At that point, Parra probably felt that was what's going to happen, up high enough off the wall. And Parra saw it and said, let's go. Do it on my own. Don't even have to look. He looked back, but he's going to be able to score easily with the ball coming back off the wall, handled by Full.
And this one hit high and deep down the left field line. And even his foul balls are long. Watch where his home run lands in the first inning.
Someone's yelling, get up, yeah. I don't know who was yelling, get up, but I think Chris Davis knew when he hit it, it didn't need somebody to say get it up because it was gone anyway.
And there's a shot. Sogard grabs it in the air. Shift was on. He's playing out on the right field grass. So that time the shift worked as Davis lines out.
Another hard hit ball, and it was sinking fast. So Sogard had to make a good play considering how quickly the ball was sinking.
So Jones stays at second, and here's Matt Wieters. Wieters grounded out to first in the first. Takes inside. Pretty decent Orioles lineup when they have everybody in there, in the addition of Parra. Let's not forget, Ray, they let Nelson Cruz and Nick Markakis go to free agency. So it's a lineup that last year had those two guys, but Machado was out for most of the year and Wieters was out for most of the year. So they got those two guys back, but Cruz and Markakis left for free agency.
Good curveball from Jesse Chavez taken, and a little slow call by Laz Diaz. That does make the call for strike 2. Looks like he had to think about it.
Fouled at the plate.
But evidently the Orioles were willing to go 3 years with Markakis, but Braves stepped in and said, we'll give you the 4th, and that's what lured him to Atlanta.
Well, the Orioles have a bunch of free agents after this year as well. Chris Davis, Wieters, Chen, the pretty good starter, O'Day. So they have some money coming off the books this year, a whole bunch. Nearly $70 million coming off the books after this year. So they'll be able to spend if they want. I guess the question is, do you spend on Chris Davis and Matt Wieters? Waldo Jimenez on the right. That's Chen, the left-handed starter, sitting next to him. So I guess it's your best case scenario is have a lot of money coming off the books and have the players that are contracts are expiring not mean a lot to you. But in this case, Chris Davis is a very good player, and so is Wieters. Count remains 2-2.
I always think back to the name Mike Mussina, who many years ago had set aside X number of millions of dollars to sign him long term, and he went to Yankees, and there was a rumor that money was still there waiting to be spent.
Maybe it's still there.
Maybe it's still there, but somebody either has already gotten it or will get it.
So now a full count to Matt Wieters. So this whole game has been a struggle for Jesse Chavez. He's thrown 52 pitches, and we got 1 out in the 3rd inning. He threw 79 in 5 innings at Dodger Stadium in his last time. And that one's driven towards center. Burns hustling back. He'll get there to make the catch. Jones will tag and head to 3rd with 2 outs.
It's a nice easy swing that made solid contact. Almost like a protecting swing by Wieters on the 3-2. Fortunately, it went straight to Billy Burns in center.
Number 2, J. Hardy.
It's a nice easy swing. The ball jumped off his bat.
So a run in here in the 3rd for the Orioles. They lead 4-0. Those guys played against each other a lot in the AL East. Hardy takes low. Hardy's got that interesting batting stance. He really holds his hands very low, but I think like most hitters, when the pitch is coming, the hands usually come up a little bit.
Always in the hitting position.
It's that one hard, but right to Sogar. Side retired. A run on a walk and an RBI double by Adam Jones. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It's now 4-0 Orioles. not long ago.
Yep.
Well, he's now an Athletic, and he was having a decent year. Part-time duty for the Blue Jays, 296 with 7 home runs. Played in 58 games for the Blue Jays, but when the Blue Jays got Tulowitzki, well, he was DFA'd. So, and probably tomorrow, is that what we're hearing?
Supposed to be here tomorrow. Yep.
And you know what? I think he's going to get a chance to play some, right? See what he's all about.
Think tomorrow night? Let's see. I don't think I've ever seen a player show up and not play that same game.
Well, there was a time Danny Valencia, maybe 3-4 years ago. Remember, he had a great rookie year with the Twins,
sure.
And then he struggled after that. Shift is on. Scope was playing right there. I don't know that I've ever seen the second baseman play there for Marcus Semien. Have you, right?
I have not. I have not.
I thought it was a hit off the bat.
Against other teams, it is, but not with 3 on the right side, inside the infield. And that is every team's a little bit different.
Well, that's what makes the shift even more interesting. Is it's the shift, and then it's how each team utilizes the shift. It's really kind of a 2-part equation. First pitch strike to Sogard. So Danny Valencia, maybe tomorrow.
Jake Smolinski, one of the players sent down, and there was talk that depending what happened, that was before Valencia was inquired, that the A's could possibly, with Coco Chris coming back, have an all bench full of outfielders, with the exception of the catchers.
Hardy throws to first. Sogard is retired. So Smolinski gets sent down with Coco Crisp, and Arnold Leone was called up, and Dan Otero was sent back down. So that's the moves being made. Remember, a couple days ago, Felix Doubront was picked up. So there's a lot going on right now with the Athletics. Sounds like the A's would like to take a look at Arnold Leone as a reliever.
Pat Venditti had recovered from the disabled list, and he was activated and optioned back to AAA too. So that was the another relief pitcher. A lot of changes.
Arnold Leone back.
Yeah, he had been starting and relieving, but exclusively pitching out of the bullpen in Nashville, and that's what he will do here. He has the ability to pitch and pitch well, and given the opportunities here, he's shown that.
But Valencia coming tomorrow, there will be another move.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, it's not September yet, so that
you can't just bring a bunch of guys in.
And of course, they have to find a spot on the 40-man roster too, which Valencia coming from another organization.
0-2 to Burns, who grounded out to short in the first. It's high. He's got 1 hit so far. That was Coco's 1-out single in the first. So Tyler Wilson has been good early.
That is interesting talking to Darren Bush, the A's hitting coach, because they are seeing a young man tonight they'd never seen. Chris Tillman they were aware of and his style of pitching, but this usually requires a lot of conversation from the hitters coming back to the dugout. Darren Bush, Adam Roden, they put all the scouting reports together. Adam has the video of this young man pitching, but you have to see him, and that's what the A's are experiencing second time now through the batting order.
And he has a 3-up, 3-down inning, 3 ground ball outs in the bottom of the third. 4th inning coming up. It's 4-0 Orioles.
few as 6 people. A's mini suites include a game ticket and a set food package featuring sliders, hot dogs, first round of beer, and more. For more information, call 510-638-GO-A's or visit athletics.com/mini suites. Call to Marco. Marco in charge of the suites now, so things are happening and still a chance to get some suites and enjoy baseball.
Paredes swings at the first pitch, and he's retired 3-1. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Jesse Chavez badly needs a nice 3-up, 3-down inning.
Also like to get some runs.
Yeah. Now batting,
would help a little bit for him to get some run support.
So Scope singled in the 2nd inning. Leading off the 2nd inning, he was erased down the double play. Orioles 6th in the American League in total runs scored, so in the top half of the league in that category.
One thing they do also is they catch the ball. They
big time.
Outstanding defense, and every time a ball is hit, you can think sometimes about reaching on an error, but not with the Orioles with their defense.
You know, their defense has been good for a while now. Remember a couple years ago, absolutely. They had made 54 errors in the whole season.
Yeah. Well, the Dodgers up there too, and that's when Howie Kendrick made the rare error when the A's were in Los Angeles. It was very surprising.
And this year, the Orioles have made 41 errors, fewest in the major leagues. So that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've seen that with the A's this year, the amount of unearned runs they've allowed, and it has cost them. There's no question about it.
Well, it helps your pitching staff. It helps everybody to know that really pitch to contact, and you know that the defense is going to be there to catch the ball. It means you don't have to strike out everybody.
3-2 to Scope. Could be playable. I think it's going to be just behind the dugout. Little run support story for Jesse Chavez. Didn't get much early, but lately much better. In fact, he had a couple of games where he scored a whole bunch.
Yeah, he left one game where he had received 9 runs while he was on the mound, but it's almost like he was strongest at the beginning when he's getting no run support. And as the season has progressed, he's getting more, but a little bit different. Like that pitch elevated on the 3-2. Look at the number of hits the pitcher gives up with 2 strikes. That kind of says it all. Trying to go down and away. The pitch stayed kind of right in the middle.
Now batting,
belt high.
Caleb.
Well, the intent, the thought, the whole process, but the location where it ends up. Stephen Vogt having to reach back, and that's not a good sign.
So 1 out single for Scope. And this is the catcher Caleb Joseph, hit into a double play in the 2nd inning.
Chavez just moved Semien towards third base. He kind of gave his hand indicating move over farther, which would be closer towards the third base side. I figured that Joseph gets out in front and pulls the ball, although it's hit and run his first at bat.
And that one is blasted to left. And that baby's gone, and it's 6-0 the Orioles lead.
Don't have to worry about shifting on that one. Wow.
And that was not a cheapie. Caleb Joseph with his 9th home run.
Hit and run his first at bat, and it was a double play. Could have been a base hit, but this fastball was right there. Jesse knew it. Everybody knew it. Just the sound, everybody knew it.
So down to the top of the order, and Manny Machado. A couple of home runs by the Orioles tonight. They are 4th in the American League in home runs hit. Defense has been good in recent years, and they've always seemed to hit a lot of home runs, and a lot of that has to do with their ballpark, which is a very good hitter's park. But on the road tonight, they're doing their thing. 2-0 to Machado. Felix Doubront starts to warm up. Warm up fairly quickly. Strike on the outside corner. So 2-1 to Machado, who has hit a fly ball to center field, and he is grounded to short.
First pre-All-Star break, Jesse gave up just a total of 6 home runs, and only once did he give up more than 1 home run in a game. It was to the Mariners.
And you can tell it looks like Jesse's rushing a little bit now as he walks Machado.
Another thing he does not do with walk batters, and it's kind of fallen apart a little bit. But DeBront warming up, get a little extra time. Kurt Young to visit with him.
And maybe give, indeed, DeBront a little time. Parra is the hitter. So the meeting will be broken up by Laz Diaz. And DeBront probably getting close to being ready.
Now batting.
Think about him, he'd been starting Red Sox, Chicago, Toronto. They saw him start with the Blue Jays. It's a little bit different to get loose in the bullpen. I think for a starter, once he goes to the bullpen, he usually works on 2 pitches as a reliever. But as a starter, he might have 3 or 4, maybe even 5 that he can work on.
So 0-1 to Parra, a single and a walk, and he has scored twice. Swing and a miss. The Orioles felt like they needed a hitter, and this is the guy they went out and got. He was really having a good year in Milwaukee, hitting over 300. Missed again, and the count 1-2 now to Parra. 2 walks, 1 strikeout so far for Jesse Chavez. 73 pitches. And that one's hit toward left center. Burns coming in, and Burns makes a nice running catch. So that's the second out here in the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Adam Jones.
Now batting, number 10, Adam Jones.
See, Parra's not too smart. He breaks his bat, gets a hit. It's a line drive, and it's caught.
I know. Jones takes a strike inside corner. Jones had a big night. A single, a double, a run scored, and an RBI, and we're only in the 4th inning.
Think back to the first 2 games of the Indian series, in which the A's collected just a total of 3 hits, and tonight through 3, only 1, facing a pitcher they've never seen. I don't think he is Carlos Carrasco. I mean, that's a little bit different. Carrasco was pitching great.
That one's going to fall in right field. Machado is going to try for third, and he'll make it. So first and third, 2 outs. Adam Jones is 3 for 3, and that's going to be it for Jesse Chavez.
Waiting around for the lefty to get ready for the left-handed.
So 9 hits by the Orioles so far in this game. And when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Saturday, August the 22nd. All are encouraged to wear your Star Wars costumes and enjoy the post-game show from the outfield grass. No space is limited. Purchase a special ticket package. Receive an R2-D2 beanie. And you can visit athletics.com/Star Wars for more information. Should be another great night. Star Wars. Fireworks. That should be fun.
Beautiful sunset here in the Bay Area. Orioles leading 6-0. So Felix Doubront makes his first appearance as an Athletic. Pitched in 5 games with the Blue Jays. So Felix Doubront will get an opportunity here with the Athletics. And he'll face Chris Davis. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. Machado at third and Jones at first. A little bit inside to Davis, who has homered and lined out. His homer, a 3-run shot in the first.
How difficult do you think this is for Stephen Vogt?
Guy
caught 8 pitches. He warmed up the starting pitcher Jesse Chavez, but reliever comes in. You haven't seen him. At least he got to introduce himself before the game. That's always important. Never want to do that on the mound. What do you throw?
Fastball, curve, slider, change.
I've faced you, but I've never caught you. That's what Stephen talked about in the All-Star game. Zach Britton, one of the pitchers that he caught.
I guess you could probably say it's okay in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
2-1 the count. Chris Davis is ready, so we're happy about that. Swinging and a miss, and now it's 2-2. Faced Doubront quite a bit. 8 for 20 with a home run.
Must be thinking about the 12 outs that he's made.
Well,
instead of the 8 hits.
He's thinking about a lot of stuff because he's taken a long time. Swings and misses, side retired, but a 2-run homer by Caleb Joseph. So we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. 6-0 Orioles lead.
Years, you can watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in True HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Coco to lead it off in the bottom of the fourth against Tyler Wilson. Where Tyler Wilson went to the University of Virginia. Sean Doolittle. Coco, the only hit for the A's tonight. Single to right field in the first. And strike call, and it's 1-1. Sean Doolittle and Tyler Wilson were not at the University of Virginia at the same time. Another hit for Coco Crisp. Change up, and Coco lines it into right. So he's 2 for 2. So 4 years there, 27 wins, second most in Virginia history. Lots of strikeouts. So
now batting the catcher.
Very good collegiate career. Was a 10th round pick of the Orioles in 2011. Philip Tyler Wilson. Look at his minor league numbers. He's a winner every stop he went to in the minor leagues. Something to be said about that. Backhand throw to first, and a very, very nice play. See, J.J. Hardy was shifted over, so he had a range far to his right, but he made a nice play.
I see where he's playing, and Stephen Vogt. The only play for Hardy was to go across the diamond, and you could see the strong arm, the great defense of the Orioles, and proven right there. And you think back to Brooks Robinson, who mentioned Mark Belanger at shortstop, David Johnson at second, Boog Powell at first, and great defense back then. They have the same now, and a 3-time Gold Glove. They had a bunch of Gold Glove winners too. Matt Wieters, catcher, Adam Jones in center.
Well, I think the Orioles, with their defense, and we talked about statistically they're very good, but they take away a lot of runs as well.
Yes.
They have guys who not only make the routine plays, but make the spectacular plays as well. Machado's terrific. Hardy, Jones. Nice play by Hardy. Straightens up, throws in time. Butler's retired, 2 outs.
And there's an example right there. J.J. Hardy playing on the outfield grass. With Billy Burns, he would have had to cheat in a few steps because of the speed. Billy Butler does not run as well. Look where he's playing. Hardy takes a step. That's a base hit normally. But because he is playing on the grass, he's got better range. And ball hooking away from him, but he knows he has plenty of time, which he does, and gets Billy Butler. So speed is important, especially the positioning of the infielders.
So up Dyke Davis. See if he can get a 2-out hit. Shoots one foul into the seats. That crazy game still going on in Arlington. It's 12-9. The Rangers over the Astros in the bottom of the 8th inning. Indians 3, Angels nothing in the 4th down in Anaheim. Kluber and Richards, good matchup there. Little flare, left center field, and it's going to fall, and that will allow Coco to come in to score, and the A's are on the board. So a bloop single. Adam Jones is standing, he can't believe it didn't get caught. And I thought it would get caught when you think of Jones and Parra out there, but neither of them got to it, and Dyke Davis will take it.
Well, it was not hit hard. Matter of fact, it jammed Dyke Davis, but with 2 outs, Coco Crisp could run. And I agree. You got 3 guys, and Parra came up short.
Now batting,
I don't know why he didn't continue. Maybe he thought he didn't have a chance, but he was not going to throw out Coco. You like to see somebody leave their feet occasionally, because if he leaves his feet and might catch it, he's got Jones backing him up, so he's going to hold Davis to single regardless.
That would have been a time to die for him.
Yeah, exactly. especially on grass. I mean, that's. But the A's will take it. A 2-out hit, opposite field by Ike Davis. Gets him on the board.
Lowry reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning for Davis, his 19th RBI. Pitch there, snaps in their first strike. 1-1 the count. Stephen Vogt looking anywhere for a hit. That face, though, made it look like he just wanted a hug. Yeah. 2-1 to Brett Lawrie. (3-1) to Brett Lawrie.
You got some guys like the Magic One, no matter how they swing, where they hit, it's a hit. And you see the struggles. That's the ups and downs of a long season and a lot of plate appearances. And one of those that can have consistent quality bats throughout the season is special. Not many can do that on an all-season basis.
And hit high down the right field line, slicing into the seats. Just 48 pitches thrown by Tyler Wilson. He's done a pretty good job with the pitch count in the early part of this game. 19 balls, 29 strikes. (3-2) with the runner going, and it's high. Second walk issued by Wilson. He has not struck anybody out yet, and he'll face Sam Fuld. Sam Fuld hit a fly ball to center field in the second inning.
Sam Fuld.
Pitch inside, and Caleb Joseph will check on his pitcher. Sitting on a 6-1 lead.
Well, that's the key. You have a 5-run lead, and last thing you want to do is walk a batter, which you did with Brett Lawrie, and now falling behind Sam Fuld.
Davis at second, Lawrie at first. Hit here will tighten things up a little bit. And now 2-0. Simeon would be next. So we'll get a visit. Dave Wallace, pitching coach. Dave Wallace has been around a long time.
Well, Showalter also knows the importance of having a good pitching coach as a manager, and that's why Dave Wallace is there, and because you're around a long time, you learn a lot, and you can impart that wisdom on your young pitchers, and hopefully you've done it to this young man. Fans thought it was a little bit high, and Laz Diaz at the belt likes the call.
Now 3-1 to Sam Fuld. A couple of hits and a walk in this inning.
As long as the ace hitters do not let Wilson off the hook, it's okay because it looks like he's struggling to throw strikes, and the last thing you want to do is swing at something out of the strike zone.
Like Sam Fuld was taken all the way.
Not a bad idea. If Sam were a big home run hitter, he has hit one. He might have been swinging at 3-1, but he just wants to try to keep the inning going. Another 3-2. Both runners again on the move.
3-2 is bounced towards second. Scope picks it up. Side retired, but the A's get a run. Ike Davis with the 2-out RBI single. So 5th inning coming up at the Coliseum. It's now 6-1. Orioles lead.
Wire bobblehead giveaway driven by Chevrolet. Big Mac will be on hand as we honor his A's career. On-time A's home run leader helped the A's reach 3 straight World Series from 1988 to 1990 and win the title in 1989. For tickets, call 877-493-BALL or visit athletics.com. Mark McGwire, bobblehead. Dodgers in town for a couple of games, 18th and 19th.
Felix Dubron will stay in, and he may stay in for a while as he faces Matt Wieters, J.J. Hardy, and Jimmy Paredes. Third at bat for Wieters. He's grounded out and hit a fly ball to center field. His first time batting right-handed. Jesse Chavez, very tough outing. 6 earned runs allowed in 3 2/3 innings. So it's been a tough stretch for Jesse.
Well, you sit there and you just try to figure it out. Because you look at the video, look at a lot of things, and remember what has happened. And Matt Wieters thinking about this check swing, his body went through, the upper body did. That's why it's called a strike.
Curve stays outside. So 9 hits, 6 runs in 3 2/3 innings. And a 2-2 fastball, and Wieters chased it, and that's the first out here in the 5th inning. So Wieters will try to forget about that at bat.
Now batting, number 2.
Location inside, fastball, outside and up. Stephen Vogt trying to get Dubron to finish inside to the right-hander, but worked out with a pitch away.
Hardy takes a fastball outside. He's got a base hit. That was in the first inning, and then he grounded out in the third. Dubront. Bob Melvin may say, you know what, Felix? We need you for about 5. Which may be okay with them.
But his arm strength is there, having been a starter. I was trying to remember when he pitched for the Blue Jays, although he pitched out the stretch quite a bit because the A's had some base runners, but I don't remember him pitching out of the stretch with nobody on base. So maybe that is something that is new since he's pitched out of the bullpen. Slide step. As Diaz quickly pointing out that was not 3-0 with Hardy swinging at it. He called a strike. He's showing it 2-2. On the board showing 3-1 there. As Diaz. Now it's 3-2. I thought it was 3-0. I didn't see when pitch he called a strike.
So we'll just go with a full count.
Yep, that's full. He is letting everybody know.
That one's hit hard, and it's a base hit. And J.J. Hardy is 2 for 3. That is 10 hits for the Orioles.
And when you throw a 3-2 fastball down the middle, you're not fooling anybody, and that's why it was hit hard. And we've seen 3-2 fastballs popped up on the infield. Hit hard at somebody, but J.J. Hardy haven't hit his hard through the infield.
So 1-out single. Here's Jimmy Paredes, who is also a switch hitter, and he will hit from the right side.
It's like Stephen Wilson. Which one did you call a strike?
Yeah, I'm confused. We're all confused.
Now, let's tell everybody it's don't count now. First pitch. Wow.
Paredes with a wild swing. Paredes 240 as a right-handed hitter, 297 as a left-handed hitter. Close pitch, a little bit low.
Remember when DeBron pitched for the Blue Jays and the A's were getting unbelievable jumps, at the point that Russell Martin came out so quickly, Bob Melvin thought it was a pitch out.
That's right.
And
That's right. He was the guy.
He was ejected by Hunter Wendlestad when he simply said, was that a pitch out? Because Martin was in the right-handed batter's box, reaching back, throwing quickly. But he just felt that he had to hurry because the runners were getting big jumps. Maybe the slide step is something that he has added to his pitching so that get the ball quicker to the plate.
Pitches roll, foul off speed. Got Paredes out in front a little bit. 6 runs, 10 hits for the Orioles. 1 run and 3 hits for the Athletics. These were hoping to build on winning the final 2 games of that Indian series, but not a good start to the first game of this series. And that one's fair down the left field line. J.J. Hardy digging for third, and they're going to wave him home, and J.J. Hardy will score standing up, and it's 7-1. So Paredes with an RBI double past the diving Brett Lawrie.
Well, the 2-strike pitch inside, and you see a lot of hitters, right-handers, will hook the ball. Look where Vogt set up, and just watch the right-handed hitter just dropped the head, and Brett Lawrie, good effort, but no chance. Hardy with the ball in front of him, and also with Crisp down in the corner. Anytime the ball gets to the corner, it's going to be a little tough for the outfielder to pick it up and to play it properly. So Sam Fuld a couple of games ago tried to get it before it hit the sidewall.
So still only 1 out. Here's Scope, who takes down and away. So for Paredes, his 40th RBI of the year. Scope's got a couple of hits. I think we're only in the 5th inning, and every Orioles hitter has at least been on base except for Wieters.
They just want the Orioles to get all of this out of the system early. First game, let them feel good about themselves, and then shut them down.
It's one way to look at it. I like it. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Jonathan Scope.
Hard slider down and in, and this is good movement, and that's what you want with the right-hander. Swing over the pitch that's down and in, unlike what Paredes did when he got the fastball.
That big curveball from Dubron. So even at 2-2 with Caleb Joseph waiting in the on-deck circle. Is ready. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The ball down around the knees, a little below the knees, and it's 3 strikeouts for Dubron.
A hard breaking ball down and in again. It's a great pitch, and hitters will do a lot of that where it looks like a fastball and then it cuts to the back foot. And they end up swinging over the pitch, and that's when you know it's breaking well.
2 outs, and Joseph steps in. He hit a 2-run homer in the 4th inning. First pitch is away. So Davis a 3-run homer in the 1st. Joseph a 2-run homer in the 4th. Orioles have scored in every inning except the 2nd. Missed again. 2-0.
Well, you just close your eyes and listen. You know what happened there. That solidly hit by Joseph, and that was a 2-run no doubter.
Again, keeping the ball down. That one with a little movement away from Caleb Joseph. Dubron on in relief of Jesse Chavez, who was knocked out in the 4th. 3-1 the count. Machado hoping to get a chance to hit. It's a good thing if you're the leadoff hitter and you get a chance to hit for the 4th time in 5 innings. That's a good thing. Not for the A's in this case. Good pitch there. 3-2 now to Joseph. Right as the runner at second, he doubled in J.J. Hardy. Yeah, pitch is fouled right side. We'll do it again.
Some big swings from the hitters, especially until they get 2 strikes. Then they are shortening up their swings, which ideally that's what you want to see from hitters with 2 strikes. But some guys swing hard. But the Orioles do not get cheated up until that point.
There's a shot to the gap. Crisp is able to cut it off, but coming in to score is Paredes, and Joseph has an RBI double, so he's got 3 RBIs tonight, and it's 8-1 the Orioles lead.
And he got a low fastball, did not go back to the cutter slider. Tried to stay hard, and he did. Just good hitting by a young man who hit a 2-run home run. Actually could have 3 hits, but the first one was a hit and run, went right up the middle to Sogard covering. This one, though, nobody was getting to it.
So Kurt Young will have a chat with Dubron. Dubron has faced 6 hitters. He's struck out 3 and given up 2 doubles and a single.
Diaz might have more padding on his mask than any umpire I've ever seen. You see the padding on that?
Yeah.
Which I'm glad. I mean, it's really all the protection you can get, but that is a lot.
Now batting, number 13.
I've always said if you can get that much padding around the mask and your face, that protects any foul balls off your face, and he's doing it. Got him. That's good. He as much protection as possible.
That makes you wonder why a catcher wouldn't have that kind of mask, which you can just tell by looking at it that it has more padding than, in this case, Stephen Vogt's mask down around the chin area. That's the one I'd want right there.
That's right. Because if you get them off the mask, that's the most impact, and that's the ones that really result in the concussions. You know, the shots off the mask. But the more padding you have to absorb a ball off the mask, and it looks like Laz Diaz is saying enough of umpires getting shots because they're kind of unprotected anyway. See where he's set up, so ball that is fouled back. In this case, over the left shoulder, Stephen Vogt is going to nail it.
Swing and a miss by Machado. He chased on 2-0.
And as long as you can see, it's all that matters.
That's
it's all that matters.
And breathe a little bit. I think you're good.
Yeah.
And you know, we joke, but really,
that's true.
I mean,
believe me,
padding all over.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree.
I know it gets heavier, obviously. That may come into play. Laurie has it to first. Side retired. 2 more runs for the Orioles, so we're going to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Orioles 8 and the A's 1. NCAA data strong fan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. It's brought to you by T-Mobile. Little dance off in between innings. Some of the in between innings entertainment here at the Coliseum. They do it every home game. Pick a winner.
Pick on pets.
No. You don't strike me as much of a dancer.
No. Especially no. That would not be something that. No.
I'm with you. Simeon fouls it straight back. Simeon, Sogard, and Burns against Tyler Wilson. He's got to run off him in the 4th. 3 hits for the Athletics. Coco's got 2 of them. A couple of singles. Breaking ball, strike 3 called, and that's the first strikeout for Tyler Wilson.
Well, maybe Dave Wallace got to him because he started walking a couple of batters with a 5-run lead. Now, of course, the lead has increased. But I think about the Orioles, and they always talk about the Orioles' way of playing the game of baseball. And going back to Cal Ripken Jr., there's Dave Wallace, pitching coach, and kind of a certain style of play, and they've had a great history. And one of the notes that 1954, Robert Parra's the 1,000th Oriole ever played for the Orioles.
Yeah, they have a good history, even though they're not like some teams that have been around for 100 years. Their first year was 1954.
Exactly.
But still,
now adding center fielder.
You saw them at their best, probably when they were playing. That's when probably their best run.
Absolutely.
Mid-60s to through the 70s. Jim Palmer right in the middle of all that.
Hall of Famer, of course, Cy Young Award winner, and beat the Dodgers in the World Series. Gary Thorne, which does a great job with the Hall of Fame inductees. He is the master of ceremonies.
I mean, the Orioles went to the World Series in 66, 66, 69, 70, and 71.
That's right.
Won 2 and lost 2. Of course, they won it again in 83. That's the last time they won it. But so, yeah, you saw it all. You saw those guys. Great pitching staff.
Well, we talk about the mask. There's the top of the mask. Joseph got it.
Right up on top.
And that's
the forehead area.
The hockey style mask, which will protect on the sides, but that's the Laz Diaz mask.
Parra on the move, and Parra, very good outfielder, tracks it down, and that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Tyler Wilson. 6th inning coming up. All Orioles so far. It's 8-1.
Presented by Cache Creek Casino Resort. This Saturday, August the 8th, one of the Oakland franchise's most recognizable and iconic trademarks, the white cleats with the brainchild of Charlie Finley, have been a staple for more than 4 decades. Get your tickets for this popular giveaway day now at athletics.com or by calling 877-493-BALL. And amazing, we bring out the Charlie O. Mule t-shirt, white cleats, all the good things. Campy and Blue Moon throwing out several of the first pitches, and Monty Moore here for the 50th anniversary of the Kansas City A's. So a lot of good things happening. Just like to see that rabbit pop up with the baseball.
That would be something. Pollard, Jones, and Davis here in the top of the 6th inning. And you know, I did not give you the credit that you deserve from yesterday's walk-off, because you sort of called the Mike Gallego waving him home on Mike Gallego action figure day. You called it really about 30 seconds before Canna hit the ball off the wall, and at the end of the game there's a lot going on, and we're trying to get set up here. So I wanted to congratulate you on what a terrific job you did yesterday in helping with the walk-off.
Well, that's nice, but it's nice also that you had Sam Fuld, who can run hard and fast.
Yeah, and but you put it all together. You added it all up, and you felt it. I could tell you felt it.
Yeah. Well, Mike Gallego with the ball off the wall and ball coming back in, and I thought Bob Melvin's comment, he said when the press conference, he said, I was trying to bring out my Mike Gallego windmill wind-up action figure, but I couldn't get it out of the box. You know what Canna said after the game about this? I said, you knew this was going to happen. He said, you know, I did, but I didn't want to peek around. I wanted to be surprised.
Good for him. He said it hurt a little bit, too.
Yeah.
He said it's a little jarring.
Yeah. But that was his first, and you know, he'd been involved, and since Josh Reddick was out of the game, he was in for him. Reddick could not be the one issuing the pie, but Canna liked it.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
So 4 walk-off wins this year, down a little bit from the past 3 years, but we also got a little bit spoiled. One to Adam Jones. Oh. Make it 0-2.
Well, Mike Gallego, there it is.
That's it right there.
That's their live in flesh, as Dick Callahan said. Introduce him in flesh. We have the Mike Gallego. Boy, he had it going. That was great. The gags.
Well, and I guess it's a little bit of a, it's something. Play-by-play announcers, you don't want to really plan your call. You know, you just want to let it happen and scream that crazy. I wish I could have snuck the gags waving them home in there yesterday. Sometimes
evidently
the thought is good, but
yeah,
you just can't pull it off.
Well, I think you just get excited that it's actually ending and it's going to be a walk-off.
That's
you
right.
know, that the game's going to end,
and then to try to throw in to somehow fit Mike Gallego action figure arm waving in the person in there. I don't think.
Yeah, in the call of the. No, I don't think so. That
I would have liked to, but I just could not pull it off. Burns back, but he's got room. So Adam Jones is retired. 2 away here in the 6th inning.
And Cap, that is just proof that it's not scripted. That it just happens and it happens. You can't script anything out that say, okay, that's going to happen, so let's write it out and that's what it's going to be. Vince Cotroneo had, and I don't know who did it, but some fan, of course in the social media, but Vinny showed Mike Gallego that a fan actually had the Gallego windmill, showing Gallego waving the Sam Fuld home, holding the windmill with the arm
that's
going.
Pretty good.
That was excellent. Yeah, that was outstanding. So Gags was all part of it, and it worked out.
Well, the more you think about it and how it worked out, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
How often does the outcome, the final play of the game, fit the giveaway from that day? Right. Not very often. Hit hard, but right to Ike Davis. And Felix Dubrat with a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 6th coming up, but it'd be Crisp, Vogt, and Butler. 8-1 Orioles lead.
Orioles, and it started with a 3-run home run by Chris Davis in the first inning. A monster shot to right center, scoring 3. And then Adam Jones to right center field. That would score another run for Parra, who had singled. And then, well, this was a shot also by Caleb Joseph. So the big boy's out tonight with a long ball and also hitting the ball hard all night. Joseph with a couple of hits, including an RBI double. Jones the double, and then Chris Davis 3-run home run. Find out what's possible with AT&T. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT, mobilizing your world.
So Coco Crisp to lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th. Coco a long bright spot tonight for the A's. He's 2 for 2. A couple of singles and a run scored in his first game back. Coco played in 5 rehab games, got himself ready. Strike. 1-1 the count. Breaking ball down and into Coco Crisp. Coco's been so important to the A's his time in the Athletics uniform. As Coco goes, so do the A's, and that's the way it was for the last 3 years. Of course, he has not been in the lineup a whole lot this year, but 5 seasons with the A's. And you may look at those numbers, you know, the batting average not that high, but really there's quite a bit more to it with Coco. See on the offensive end. Lots of big hits in his career with the Athletics. He's got a contract that runs through next year, so who's going to be around?
As we talked about in the open, the fact that Billy Burns has been given an opportunity to play and play well in center field, and now Coco coming back where he is scheduled to be in left field. Reddick in right field. You get a lot of coverage. Things are looking good. Just play it out and continue to play well. I think for Coco, this is like coming out of spring training for him with missing as much time as he has. So he's got 2 months to play hard, well rested for the 2 months.
Vogt drives him to right field. Paredes is back, turns around, and it's off the wall. Vogt hustling for 2, and he slides head first with a 1-out double. So Stephen Vogt. Tough stretch, but he needed a hit and he got it. A 1-out double.
Boy, he had to run hard in that headlong dive, and first extra base hit since the break. And might have thought he'd hit it out, but just did not hook it enough to get it over the fence. It was hooking over the head of the right fielder, but just to the left of what could have been a home run, so he had to bust it. And how about this?
Butler fouls it straight back. So once you get past that, like 0 for 25, you start to wonder if you're ever going to get another one.
Yeah. Turn it on now. Let's go. It's in play. Here we go.
Well, when he smiles, it makes everybody smile. Now, the Stephen Vogt, he runs okay. I mean, I would say his mechanics may not be sprinters' mechanics. May not be, you know, the Olympic.
Come on, he's a catcher. Come on, man.
He gets it done. Gets it done. Don't sleep on that speed.
I'd like to really show what you were showing and how he was running up here.
I mean, I'm just saying. It's not the form of a sprinter, but he gets it done. that guy. Sharp breaking ball, and Butler swings and misses. Second strikeout for Tyler Wilson.
The breaking ball, that ball went down like a splitter, but just a hard slider.
Number 17, Mike Davis.
So looking up and down the bench and just thinking back the last couple of years, not a lot of rookies got the opportunity to play, and now you're seeing a lot of rookies on the ball club, which you can just go back to the Rangers last year with so many injuries and so many players. And one guy who was sitting down, Jake Smolinski, they just really like him, and I know Bob Melvin was talking about just a matter of numbers. But he proved when he was up here that he could handle the outfield, play well, swing the bat well against lefties and righties. So Bob Melvin happy with the production from Smolinski and knowing that he's in the system.
Swinging and a miss on a breaking ball by Ike Davis. Walked into second, blooped the single in the fourth. That scored Coco Crisp for the A's only run. 75 pitches now for Tyler Wilson. Done a nice job. The inning he was in trouble was the fourth when he gave up the one. Late call strike. Laz Diaz, it almost looks like he's not sure when he takes his step back. And by taking that step back, it gives him an extra second to decide if it was a strike or not.
You think?
Right here. I'm not sure. I don't. Yep.
Yeah.
We're good. The step back stand up, it just gives you a little extra time.
Because he could stand up, and if he's consistent with that, he could go either way. I mean, just say strike, no strike. You know,
you get 2 seconds out of that. 2-2 to Davis. Grounded towards second. Scope is there. Fires to first side, retired. Stephen Vogt with the 1-out double. A's cannot get him around, and we're headed to the 7th. It's 8-1 Orioles. Sacrifice fly walk-off for Coco Crisp against the Blue Jays. That season, Coco had 2 walk-off sacrifice flies. The only other player to do so in Oakland history was Ricky Henderson in 1992. So that was a good year, 2012.
Oh, man.
There was some fun.
Hitting off the top of the 7th inning for Baltimore.
Walk-offs,
32.
the great finish. That's one of those seasons you'll look back down the road. That's right. One of the better. I would think, Ray, and you were been through a lot of great seasons, but that year, regular season, it had to be one of the most fun and exciting seasons in Oakland A's history.
To have that many walk-offs.
Yeah, just
Absolutely.
the way that the team, nobody thought much of the team, and they kept playing well, and then the fans started to get into it, and you had songs being played between innings, and you had everybody kind of came together, and then the final 3 games that just sort of wrapped it all up.
You see Brandon Inge in that one shot, and of course the Vernon Lean was all started, came out that year. But you got binoculars. No, there's a a 4-legged creature out there someplace.
I can't even hardly talk about who is in the ballpark tonight. It's not a fan. Well, I guess it could be a fan, but
well, I think it's a great fan. I think fan arrives a lot of times. Seems. There's the fan. There's the fan.
If that thing gets any closer to the broadcast booth, I am gone.
Yeah, but he's in right field.
I know he is.
The Orioles relievers were having fun.
He's sitting right next to the foul pole watching the game, and fans are looking. The relievers are kind of keeping an eye on him now. And he's good. But let's just keep him right there and hope he has no family members in this stadium.
Oh, you know he does.
I know he does. That's a good call, but you're right. He's got
his nickname.
He's got more than just himself.
His nickname is Scout.
Well, last time we saw him or a family member was down to third base. He does not seem intimidated, that's for sure. Maybe he's an Orioles. Inside, and now it's 3-2 to Matt Wieters. To Wieters, and right there, strike 3 called. So Felix Doubront gets his 4th strikeout.
Matt Witt is going to go back and look at this and go, what am I thinking about? That's the same pitch really that Caleb Joseph hit. 3-2, right down the middle.
So here's Hardy, who's got a couple of hits. Orioles have 12 hits tonight. They had 4 in the very first inning. The Rangers held on to win that game at home against the Astros. The final score was 12-9. There was a lot going on in that game. Colby Lewis was the starter and the winner. He's 12-4. Lance McCullers was the starter and loser for the Astros. He's 5-4. McCullers got knocked out in the first inning. He gave him 6 earned runs, Ray, in 1/3 of an inning. So the young man is very talented. Took his lumps today, really for the first time in his career.
I think that did not give some incentive to the Angels, who are doing well in Anaheim after trailing early.
Castro, Correa, Valbuena homered for the Astros. Beltre and Chu homered for the Rangers. And should be noted that Adrian Beltre hit for the cycle. Laurie knocks it down, cannot pick it up cleanly, and Hardy's aboard. So that's going to be an error, I would imagine, on Laurie.
Well, he ranged, and did he range? And to his left, right behind him is Marcus Semien, and then could not pick it up with the barrier. If he picks it up, he's probably going to throw him out. And there, really had it in his glove, just could not corral it. And then right here, that's the problem right there. And, you know, I brought up earlier, and of course Brooks Robinson and Mark Belanger on the left side of the infield with his great Orioles teams. We're looking in later days, but there's a lot to be said about how far do you have to range. Where's the guy next to you? In the case of shortstop, where's the shortstop? And Marcus Semien was there.
So you're saying in the case of a third baseman, ranging to your left, there's always going to be somebody behind you,
right?
Unless, you know, there's a shift or something like that.
And, you know, a lot of it is determined by how hard the ball was hit. That was hit off the end of the bat a little bit. But I think in that case, the aggressiveness of Laurie maybe going too far with Simeon there. And you almost defer to the guy who's coming in on the ball instead of going across to try to catch the ball in front.
0-2 to Paredes, who doubled in a run in the 5th and then scored.
Maybe sometimes it's better just to say, range is good, but I'll let somebody else, because you range and you aren't able to come up with it, and you get those costly errors.
Hit hard. Sogard with a nice play out at second. Simeon fires to first, and that is a well-executed double play by the A's middle infield. So 7th inning stretch coming up from the Coliseum. It's the Orioles with an 8-1 lead. For the Bay Area fan, know it all with Sportsnet Central. It's brought to you by Hyundai tonight at 10:30, and it's on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Our A's insider Joe Stiglich will have all the post-game notes about the A's-Orioles game. Matt Mayoko's at 49er camp. Scott Bair is at Raiders camp. Check it all out with Kelly Johnson and Dave Belt. So bottom of the 7th inning, all Orioles, they lead 8-1. And doing a nice job tonight is Tyler Wilson. Pitching into the 7th inning, only 78 pitches as he faces Laurie. Now, Ray, we mentioned that cycle hit. Now there's the changes. Right is where Gerardo Parra now is, and David Lowe is in left field. So Parra to right, Lowe in the game in the left. Action for Parra toward the line. He's got it. But that cycle that Adrian Beltre hit, he did it in 5 innings.
Really?
Oh, I remember they scored a whole bunch of runs early in that game, did the Rangers, but he went triple, double, single, homer. Triple, double, single, homer. So that's it. That's it right there. And we just rode on Vinny's head.
Well, I didn't. It's just kind of the way it was. I was just wanting. I want to get that clear area up there.
Should have left it on there for a while. Because if Vinny is not impressed with a cycle,
5 innings,
would he be impressed with a cycle done in 5 innings?
Well, you were talking about Machado getting 4 at bats in the first 5 innings. That's what Adrian Beltre did, but hit for the cycle. That's good. So that means Beltre came out when they had a huge lead, and the Astros came back and made it a 3-run game, and he missed the last 4 innings.
No, he stayed in there.
Oh, he did. Okay.
So.
Oh, I was going to say
he's hit for the cycle 3 times in his career, Adrian Beltre.
Well, they have the triples right center field area. You know, that could be an area where they kind of playing him to pull and left center, and he hits one to right center.
But the Rangers now 1 game under 500, so they'll try to get there and then go from there. With that AL wild card, it just gets tighter every day. Jones, did he catch it? Yes, he did. Ball had maybe a little knuckle on it. Jones maybe misplayed it for a moment, but was able to reach down and make the catch. Side retired. So it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Tyler Wilson, and we're going to the 8th. Although the A's may look at it, they're checking it. Mike Eldreddy talking to Adam Roden. Let's see. He went back and then he had to reach forward.
You know, they put the glove down and he did catch it. He caught it.
So it is a catch, and that'll do it for the A's in the bottom of the 7th. Felix Dubron back to work. I got him for 3 1/3 so far.
And Jesse 3 2/3 and into the 8th inning. So exactly right.
So Scope to lead it off. Scope, Joseph, and then Machado. So 1-1 the count. Scope is 2 for 3. A couple of singles. The strikeout. Hit hard, and that's fair. Lori dove, just missed it, and it's headed for the corner. And Scope is going to have a double, and he's got 3 hits tonight.
Remember, he struck out the last time on a similar pitch down and in, but this time, though, he got it before it got to the back foot, just inside the line. Nor some great efforts, but ball just passed him, and not much he could do. Umpire getting out of the way to avoid being hit.
So that's 4 doubles tonight for the Orioles to go along with their 2 home runs. And now 13 hits. Here's Joseph, who's had a big night. He's 2 for 3 with a homer, a double, and 3 RBIs, and that damage being done out of the 9th spot in the batting order. Dubront about to throw his 67th pitch, and it's a good one. Anthony, he's 1-1. The Angels have taken the lead down in Anaheim. It's now 5-3 Angels over the Indians in the 6th inning. Angels were trailing early 3-0 in that game. Trying to break a 6-game losing streak. They will look up and know that the Astros lost. Angels with a chance to pick up a game. Down the right field line. Be careful down there. There's a lot of action. Don't do it, Sam. Get out of there. He's looking right at you, Sam. Get out of there. I'm scarred.
You're all the way up here.
Oh man, that animal.
That's 330 feet down the line, and you're sitting up in a booth.
They move quickly, right? You see how he was looking at Fulton? He was just looking at him. That bad look.
I'll take care of you, partner.
Eyeballing him.
I'll take care of you.
He's moving though. Last time we showed him, he was moved a good 7-8 feet.
And that person was standing there getting ready to take a picture.
The booth.
So you must not go out at night in your backyard, huh?
I grew up on a farm and I did not like that animal. Dubront kicks it. Sogard barehands it, and a nice play. So a kick save, and it worked for Dubront as it helped him get the out. So 1 away, and let's check out our pitching matchup. It's brought to you by Chevron, and this is for tomorrow's game 2 of the series. Miguel Gonzalez and Chris Bassett. So Gonzalez, a 9-game winner against Chris Bassett, who's pitched pretty well, but trying to get that first win. We'll see if Bassett can do that tomorrow. He deserves a win.
Yes, he does.
He pitched well. Pop up near the Orioles dugout. It bounces off the top of that angled dugout, and then it rolls down. A couple of fans had a shot.
Adam Jones had a shot at it. He's in the second row.
So 0-1 to Machado with the runner at third. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
So between innings, Vince Cotroneo was not impressed with the 5 innings of the cycle.
What can we do to impress this man? Machado fouls it back. I'm impressed with Adrian Beltre.
Yeah.
Nice play. That gentleman decked out in the green and gold. Let's check out the play, and that was a good one.
Wow. Competition for a boy down there.
It was a little ways down from foul ball alley. Machado 0 for 3 with a walk. And he's got a base hit to center field, and he gets the RBI. As Scope trots in to score. 9-1 the Orioles lead. So Machado gets his first hit tonight. And he gets his 56th RBI of the year.
Pretty impressive swing, a pitch inside, and yet pulled the hands in. When you see that from a hitter with a fastball inside, maybe off the plate, yet he pulled the hands in enough to hit the ball solidly up the middle. Especially with 2 strikes. Pretty impressive, the young man. He can hit. If I could look at Caleb Joseph, he could have 4 hits tonight. The first one is a hit and run, the ball up the middle that Sogard, and the last one after hitting the home run and a double had a kick save that took a hit away from him.
So Arnaud Leon starts to throw. Dubront now at 77 pitches. 3 2/3 innings so far, and he pumps a strike into Parra, and it's 0-2. Five hits, 3 runs with 4 strikeouts so far for Felix Dubront. Parra fights that one off. Parra has singled, walked, hit a fly ball to center, and grounded to first. 1 for 3. He has scored twice. There's a lot of teams that were after Gerardo Parra once the Brewers made it known that they would probably trade him, and won a Gold Glove in his career. And a good breaking ball, Parra knew it. So Dubront snapped off that curveball to pick up his 5th strikeout.
Well, that's a great knee buckler, and could not do anything with it. That's a great pitch when you get a hitter doing that.
Number 10, Adam Jones.
No matter what you do in a game, you get a hitter to do that, you can walk off proudly and say, I fooled somebody. That's definitely fooling.
So Adam Jones will hit. Adam Jones is 3 for 4. 2 singles, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Fly ball, shallow right down the line. Fold hustling in. He's got it. Side retired. Another run for the Orioles on the Manny Machado RBI single. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's the Orioles 9 and the A's 1. Game summary for tonight brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. All Orioles 9-14-0 for the O's. For the A's 1-4 and 1. Tyler Wilson, the rookie right-hander, making just his 2nd major league start, has been terrific. A couple of home runs for the Orioles and a tough outing for Jesse Chavez. 6 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings. A couple hits for Coco Chris back from the disabled list. So that's the lone bright spot for the A's as Wilson back out there for the 8th inning, about to throw pitch number 85 to Eric Sogard. Sogard a couple of ground outs, one to short and one to second. Gets that one hard, maybe off the glove of Wilson, but into center field. Sogard gets hit number 5 for the A's. See if he got a glove on it. I think he did.
Yeah, just off the top of his glove, but Sogard hit it hard enough, could not react quickly enough to make the play. Unlike Dubon, who had the kick save. Yep, changed direction just a little bit, but solidly hit.
So top of the order, and Burns, who's 0 for 3. Burns has grounded out twice and lined to left. Scribner starts to throw. So it could be that Dubron's night is over, and he did what he needed to do. Give the A's some innings. Inside, 2-1 the count. Blue Jays beat the Twins today 5-1. That was a day game on a Monday in Toronto.
David Price, his first start for the Blue Jays, 8 innings,
11 strikeouts.
This is sellout crowd.
There was
50,000.
45,766. They called it a sellout. And I saw where David Price, listen, he may be making good with his new team. I don't know. He may be telling the truth, but he said it was the best atmosphere that he had played in front of in his career.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, because
he's played in postseason.
I heard that he talked about Tampa, and of course in New York and Boston, different places, when he pitched for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Michael Gibbons starts to throw. So they came out big time to see David Price in his Blue Jays debut. Strike 3 called to Burns for out number 1. So that's the 3rd strikeout for Wilson.
See the movement right on the inside corner, and if you don't recognize it, you're going to freeze, and that's what Billy Burns did.
So 1 out for Coco Crisp. So David Price got his 10th win with his 8 innings of work today. Josh Donaldson, another home run. He's got 27 on the year, 2-run shot. So if the Orioles hang on and win this, they have a 9-1 lead in the 8th inning. The Blue Jays, Orioles, and Twins would all be tied for the 2nd wild card spot, with the Rays 2 back and the Rangers 2 back. High drive right center. Adam Jones calls off Parra, and that's out number 2. The Angels right now are the number 1 wild card team, but just barely coming into today, just a half game lead over the 2nd wild card team. A lot of baseball to be played, and it's going to be fun.
And you know the Angels are not thinking about wild card, considering last year they won the division and were still swept by the Royals, as the Royals swept everybody. Division, big championship. For a couple of years, won the wild card, but they had a 5-game division series. That's not the way it is right now unless you win that one game. And you can see all these teams loading up with the pitcher that they think could be the pitcher to win that one big game.
Bolton hits it high and foul out left field line. Well, when baseball put the 2nd wild card in a couple of years ago, some people like it, some people don't, but I don't think, believe in all the studies that were done and when the decision was made that they could have imagined how much it's actually changed the postseason and the final 2 months of the season. And you just said one of the things that it's done. Teams actually thinking about having a pitcher ready for that one game. A's did it last year with Lester. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but
that guy pitched a shutout the final game of the season to get him into the one-game play-in, and Lester was the guy who was set up. And you look at Hamels in Texas, Price in Toronto, Cueto, Kansas City. That's probably going to be a division for them. But everybody wants to load up on pitching, and
I think in some cases, Ray, getting a star pitcher, what you want is you want to have two guys in case you have to pitch one guy on Sunday or Saturday or whatever. You'd still have another guy meaning an ace type pitcher for that wild card game if you have to play it.
That's a great point, because you want to get in, but you want to have somebody that you can hold back and have your best pitcher. Well, it happened with the Mariners back in '95 with Randy Johnson. Of course, the A's contributed to that with losing the last 10.
Fair ball. Stephen Vogt's got a second hit, headed down into the right field corner. Sogard is being waved home. Sogard will score, and Stephen Vogt with an RBI double. So he's 2 for 4.
The swing vote, and that's the swing vote. Buck Showalter hustling out to remove the pitcher, with Stephen Vogt with a 2-strike pitch, tomahawked it down the right field corner, and Mike Gallego said runs are a premium. Let's get them.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Get your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
California is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
So the A's get a run here in the bottom of the 8th on the Stephen Vogt double, knocking Tyler Wilson out of the game. He pitches 7 2/3 tonight. Had a good outing in just his second big league start. Just 2 runs, a couple of walks, 3 strikeouts. And this is Michael Gibbons. Gibbons, first pitch, 3/4 delivery, drops in for a strike. Just his 3rd appearance.
The thing about the Orioles, they have different types of pitchers as far as release points are concerned. You know that Darren O'Day is from underneath and a little bit different, and Gibbons offers that same little bit of a different type of delivery.
Swing and a miss. Good fastball there. 93 miles an hour. Slings it a little bit, huh?
Yes, he does. That's a slinger right there, and throws it hard from that slinging motion.
Orioles with a good bullpen.
You expect him to stand up.
Yeah, he doesn't. He stays hunched over a little.
Want him to straighten up and just won't do it. I don't think Vogt's going anywhere. A's are down 7.
Down the right field line, and it's foul. The Orioles traded Tommy Hunter at the trade deadline. Tommy Hunter, the right-hander who did a good job in relief last year, but they traded him to the Cubs. Pretty good take there on a close pitch. 2-2 to count. That was a bailout right there.
Got in lights.
So 3-2 to Butler, who has grounded out twice and struck out. He's 0 for 3. Swing and a miss, and a good slider there by Givens. Side retired. A run for the A's on the boat double. It knocks in Sogard. 9th inning coming up. Orioles 9, A's 2.
Tyler Wilson stepping in for Chris Tillman, who was injured, could not make the start. And I'd say that this young man showed Buck Showalter and Dave Wallace that he knows how to pitch. Spotted his fastball very well and took it out after throwing 100 pitches. So our 100th player of the game is Tyler Wilson, who is in line for the victory, making just his 2nd major league start.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Evan Scribner comes in. He has not pitched in a while. His last appearance was last Sunday in San Francisco. He's back out there for the 9th inning. He'll face Davis, Wieters, and Hardy.
So we're looking for the signature from the skipper. That must be glued down hard.
I would think, yeah.
Because he's moving his head around quite a bit and it's still staying there. That's impressive.
Davis got the game going in the Orioles' direction with a 3-run homer in the very first inning. He now has 27 home runs and 75 RBIs. Bounce back year for Chris Davis. Still going to strike out a lot, but if you hit the ball to the ballpark, you can live with that.
Rangers did not live with it a long time.
They did not.
And probably for him to change the scenery and getting a chance to play at first base. I know Buck Showalter talked about that. Davis playing at first base and playing well. Takes his mind off the hitting, which is always important instead of being just a straight DH.
Well, since 2012, he has hit the most home runs in all of baseball. So you can live with the strikeouts.
That's right.
And he's got one there as he took a fastball right down the middle. So Davis today 1 for 5 with the 3-run homer and the 2 strikeouts. But you think about this game, right? So 1 for 5, really nothing big there, but he set the tone with a home run in the very first inning.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Matt Wieters has not joined the hit parade. He's 0 for 4, a ground out, a fly out, and 2 strikeouts. The Orioles with 14 hits in the game. There's always that one guy when there's a big offensive performance by a team that just does not get involved. So 0-2. Fastball hit high and foul.
Think how much time Matt Wieters missed and has missed due to the Tommy John surgery. Talk about pitchers and the long process for them to come back. Same for a hitter because that's his lead arm, the right elbow, and I think he's got to catch a very important position, but then also hit. And as a switch hitter, right elbow when he leads it, and then of course hit him to the right side, the top hand.
So it'll be interesting what happens with Matt Wieters this offseason. If he's going to go be a free agent. He's still only, well, he turned 29 years old in May, so he's still right in the middle of his career. So somebody's going to give him a nice contract, but I think if you were to do that, you'd want to know that he can catch for you almost every day.
And I think by the time the season ends, he's going to be in that position. But it kind of makes it tough on the Orioles because if it becomes a bidding war, would the Orioles be in that position?
Sogard scoops, throws, 2 outs.
How many times have we heard where a player becoming a free agent said, I just want to see what it's like.
Yeah.
You know, I've never really been able to be a free agent. Let me test the market just to see.
Number 2,
nothing else. They just want to see how many clubs are interested. I think about CC Sabathia. All he wanted to do was just test the market, and all the Yankees did was give him more money because they thought they just wanted to make sure they locked him up, which he wanted to sign with the Yankees anyway. Just the ability to say I'm a free agent and have everybody want me, and that Matt Wieters is a good catcher, and switch hitting catcher is always going to be in demand. In case of Matt Wieters, probably also once he shows that his elbow is healthy, they'll go in his history of the success he's had behind the plate as well as swinging the bat. And that in itself is going to get him a good contract.
And most of these guys that got traded at the trade deadline or at any point during this month, most of them are going to be free agents.
That's right. The rental players.
And a swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt. Side retired, so good inning for Evan Scribner. Bottom of the ninth coming up, 9-2 Orioles lead. And we got one coming up this Friday against the Houston Astros. You're going to get a ticket in a value deck behind home plate, an authentic A's fan jersey, a cheer card, and a $6 food and drink voucher, all for one great price. So that's Authentic Fan Friday. This Friday, the A's and the Houston Astros. Bottom of the ninth, A's trailing 9-2 in game one of this three-game series against the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles right in the middle of the playoff hunt. Well, Michael Gibbons will try to get the final 3 outs. He struck out Butler to end the 8th. Ike Davis steps in. Davis has walked, singled in a run, and grounded out. Strike on the outside corner. Laurie to follow and then fold here in the 9th. A's with a single run in the 4th, a single run in the 8th. And that one called the ball. I thought he was going to call it a strike.
But the more you watch him, the more you understand exactly what you're saying. That he comes up and just does it.
Good off-speed pitch there by Gibbons. Funky delivery. Angels with a 5-4 lead over the Indians in the 8th inning. Trying to hang on and pick up a game on the first place Astros. So full count to Ike Davis. Tyler Wilson, a good story tonight for the Baltimore Orioles, the rookie starting pitcher. Swing and a miss. Ike Davis went after the fastball at 95 miles an hour. And with that arm slot by Gibbons, it's going to tail away from the left-handed hitter.
Just kept running. Almost looked like J.J. Hardy, the swinging at Scribner's curveballs. That ball just kept running on Ike Davis.
So Laurie steps in, takes a first pitch strike. Laurie has reached on a fielder's choice, walked, and hit a fly ball to right field. In the air, playable. Parra is under it. Parra has it, and that's out number 2. So final hope is Sam Fuld. Remember, night game tomorrow, 6:30 is when our coverage starts with A's pregame live. Chris Bassett, Miguel Gonzalez, the pitching matchup. Day game on Wednesday, and then the Houston Astros come for a 4-game series starting Thursday night. The longest homestand of the year for the A's. Sam Fuld is 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and hit a fly ball to center field. Josh Reddick, the back tightened up a little bit last night near yesterday's game, so he's going to miss maybe a day or two.
Yeah,
not a lot.
I'd say he's going to be ready tomorrow. You know, he's probably decent enough tonight, but Bob Melvin just wanted to err on the side of caution just to make sure. It should be okay.
Two and two. And that one right there, Fuld knew it, strike 3, and that's the ball game. So the Baltimore Orioles bring the big lumber tonight. They bang out 9 runs on 14 hits. And when it's all said and done, they take game 1 of this series. So the Orioles win it tonight by a final score of 9-2 over the Athletics. You've been watching Oakland A's baseball on CSN California, part of the NBC Sports Group. Don't go away. A's Post Game Live with Brody Brazil and Carney Lansford starts right now.